A cold wind moves across a vast open plain where the sea should be. Grass bends beneath frost and saltless air. Rivers cut silver paths through forests of pine, birch, and oak, and herds of ancient animals move slowly across the land, leaving dark trails in soft soil. This world once existed. It was not a myth, not a legend. It was real. Long before the North Sea formed, before Britain became an island, this land connected Europe to what would one day be the British Isles. We call it Doggerland. During the last ice age, sea levels were far lower than today because much of Earth's water was locked inside enormous ice sheets. That missing water exposed landscapes the modern world can barely imagine. Wide plains, rolling hills, shallow lakes, and long river valleys erased from every modern map. Doggerland was one of the greatest of these lost worlds. It was not a frozen wasteland. It was alive. Wetlands breathed with birds and reeds. Forests thickened in sheltered ground. Freshwater channels carried fish deep inland. Across the plains moved red deer, wild cattle, and horses, while mammoths and woolly rhinoceroses roamed the colder edges. Humans lived here too. Hunter-gatherer families followed the seasons, tracking animals across open grasslands, gathering plants along riverbanks, building shelters near water, and lighting fires at night where waves now pass overhead. Stone tools were shaped beside ancient hearths. Spears tipped with bone and flint crossed valleys that no longer exist. Children grew up learning paths through forests now buried beneath sand. For thousands of years, Doggerland was home, and it felt permanent. Generations were born here, lived here, and died here, never knowing the ocean was already planning to erase their world. Then the climate began to change. The Ice Age loosened its grip. Glaciers retreated. Ice sheets melted. Meltwater poured into the oceans. At first, the changes were slow enough to ignore. Shorelines shifted. Marshes expanded. Rivers widened. People adapted. Camps moved inland. Hunting routes changed. The sea became a presence, closer than before, always closer. Over centuries, Doggerland shrank. What had once been a broad country became a patchwork of islands, peninsulas, and narrowing land bridges. Forests drowned into wetlands. River mouths turned into estuaries. Familiar paths vanished beneath tide and silt. Imagine living through that. Not as a single disaster, but as a lifetime of retreat. A grandfather remembers a distant shoreline. A parent remembers it nearer. A child watches it reach the trees. Doggerland did not vanish in one day. It faded, slowly, quietly. But then something happened that was not slow. Around 8,200 years ago, a massive underwater landslide collapsed off the coast of what is now Norway. Entire sections of the seafloor gave way, displacing the ocean above. A tsunami raced across the North Sea basin, slamming into the low-lying remains of Doggerland. Forests were torn apart. Settlements vanished. People who had retreated from the sea for generations suddenly had nowhere left to go. Survivors fled toward higher ground, west into what would become Britain, east into mainland Europe. The land bridge was broken forever. When the waters settled, a sea lay where a country once stood. Today, the North Sea looks ordinary. Gray water, heavy sky, shipping lanes, wind farms turning slowly in the distance. But beneath the surface, the past remains. Fishermen have pulled ancient bones from their nets, antlers shaped by human hands, stone tools that should never rest on an ocean floor. Seismic scans reveal buried river channels, ancient hills, and long-forgotten coastlines sealed beneath sand. These are not myths. They are fingerprints. Doggerland forces us to confront a missing chapter of human history. Entire landscapes that shaped humanity now lie underwater. Cultures lived, adapted, and vanished without monuments or writing, not because they failed, but because the planet changed. The maps we trust show only a moment in time. Coastlines shift, seas rise, lands disappear. Beneath the North Sea, fires once burned, voices once carried on cold wind, and people once stood believing their world would always remain. Doggerland is gone. And if one entire country could vanish beneath the sea, how many other worlds have been lost as well? Like and subscribe for more of the Lost Earth Chronicles.